Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Omid, and today we're going to talk about what is note investing. Um, Before we get started, I did like this big elaborate list. I put this list together to explain to you what note investing is, but I found myself not being organic while doing so because I tried to hit all the points that I wrote down, right? So I'm gonna throw it in the trash. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna organically, the way I am, try to explain to you what note investing is. This is going to be a very short video, and in the next videos we're going to go into more in depth of what note investing is, how you can become a note investor, and all the other good stuff. Okay, so I hope you appreciate me just doing it organically. If you have further questions and you notice, you know what, he could have elaborated on this point a little bit better, and maybe he can include it in the next session, feel free to comment in the comment section, or just send me a message and I will try to accommodate you as much as possible. All right. So with that being said, let's get started. What is note investing? So we're going to look at what note investing is, and for that, maybe it would be smart to know first what a note is, right? A note, simply put, is an IOU. What is an IOU? Well, remember when we went out and we went to this restaurant and for some reason they just accepted cash and I didn't have cash on me and I asked you for $50, right? Here's $50, I owe you. Or when I went and got $5,000 from a bank as a loan to renovate my garage, right? I owe you. I owe the bank money. So that is a note. But let's go a little bit more in depth. Anytime a person signs a document that says, I agree to pay an individual, a person, a company, usually a bank, right, a certain amount of money within a certain period of time, that is a note. And usually, to facilitate this agreement, they sign a promissory note. A promissory note is a note in which it states, I, Omid, owe you an X amount over an X amount period of time based on, let's say, 5% interest rate. Let me give you another example. Let's say Sarah wants to buy a house in Kentucky. I don't know why I just said Kentucky, but Kentucky. And you don't get $100,000 house these days anymore. So let's assume Sarah loves Kentucky and she wants to buy a $100,000 house. So she goes to the bank and says, hey bank, I need $100,000. The bank says, well, Sarah, we don't even know who you are, right? Let's go over your credentials and see if you're credit worthy. And if you are, we then are going to lend you that money and you're going to pay it back to us in terms of, let's say, 30 years and 5% interest. Once she gets approved and she is credit worthy, the bank will have her sign a promissory note, a mortgage note, right? And in that note, Sarah promises that I owe you, bank, let's say $100,000 over the next 30 years with 5% interest rate. That is what a note is. So really keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Don't go crazy like what is a note? It's just very simple. A note is a promissory note, a legal document that indicates that one person owes another person or another company money, right? And one of those notes are mortgage notes. Those are notes that are being created when you purchase a property. And that's the ones that I usually like to invest in. We'll talk about this a little bit further in, but first I want to make sure that you know what a note is and what note investing is. Let's dig a little bit deeper. If someone has agreed to make payments to a bank based on their lending needs, let's say we stick still with Sarah. Sarah took $100,000 from Bank of America. And she's been paying for the last 5 years, and she has still 25 years left on her mortgage to pay the bank back the $100,000 that she lent, right? Let's say Bank of America decides at some point, hey, we have so many promissory notes. We have so many notes that people signed with us when we lent them money. However, we're going to sell some of our notes because we don't want the monthly cash flow of those notes. We want right now a lump sum. We need like cash right now. And because of that, we're going to sell some of our notes. And legally, a bank or a person or anyone that holds a note as a note holder can, with their own discretion, sell notes without any problems, as long as there's a buyer, obviously. And that would be maybe you. That is a note investor. And we will go into more in depth of what note investing is in terms of, let's say you are the buyer, how do you find those notes? How can you buy those notes? How can you make money with them? And note investing is just a beautiful thing. You can really, within a relative short period of time, become very successful in your passive income monthly cash flow. Because these loans that you possibly going to purchase are active for another two decades, for another 20 years, for another 10 years. And it is a really, really interesting industry. Not a lot of people enter this industry because they just don't know much about it. Sometimes you stumble upon it and you're like, oh, I didn't know that exists. Maybe I should research more. And maybe you stumbled upon this channel and this video. And I hope this first video explained to you what a note is and what is note investing. In this note investing playlist, I will share with you of how you can, the proper way, become a note investor. You will learn how to buy notes, where to find these notes, how to create passive cash flow, passive cash flow through note investing. And these passive cash flow note investing investments are not just for a few months. Literally, these notes that you're going to purchase might go on for 10 years, 20 years. These are mortgage notes that I work with, and I will teach you of how you can enter this market as well, and literally for decades have passive cash flow income that ultimately sets you up for financial freedom. So if you're interested, subscribe, and you will be up to date with all the new videos that come out in regards to note investing. I will also post other videos on this channel in regards to real estate, such as creative financing and other good stuff, which I'm not getting much into it right now. For now, let's stick with note investment. In the next session after this, you're going to know or learn how are notes created, right? We will talk about how notes are created, so you have that aspect of knowledge as well, which are going to help you understand this concept overall a little bit better. So my name is Omid. You're on my channel. I don't know what I'm calling it yet. Maybe you have some suggestions. If you do, put it in the comment section and I'll talk to you soon. That being said, cheerio. I'll see you next time. Bon voyage.